On this video today, we're going to be talking about how to beat bad credit. Get approved and save big. Well, first of all, I want to start. You guys see this? You see my QR code on the bottom of the screen. If you scan that QR code, then you get a free copy of my ebook. My ebook is for free. You can get it in English, you can get it in Spanish, you can download it, or you can listen to the audio. Super excited about the ebook. So every time I do a recording, I'm going to make sure that I am. First of all, what you want to do, you want to understand your credit report. I've been in this business for 26 years, almost 27 years. And too many times people don't understand that being late on whether it's your credit card, car payment, your house payment will affect your credit if you go over 30 days. Normally, sometimes people think, my car payment, I'm giving an example. My car payment is due on the 10th. I'm not going to have my money until the 15th, which is 5 days later. And what do? Well, guys, anytime you have a car payment due or you have a mortgage due, there is a grace period. They give you grace. They give you time to actually, get your payment in there. But if you're going to be 5 days late, 10 days late, or if you're going to be between 5 and 25 days late, you want to make sure you call your lender and do your payment over the phone. And the reason you want to do it on the phone, because if you mail it on that 15th or that 25th day, it can get lost in the mail. So you want to avoid that. You want to call and make your payment over the phone. Now, too many times I see people come into the dealership and they are not understanding that you need to be working with down payment, or you need to be actually just really thinking about your whole situation and thinking about your credit before you walk into the dealership. But in this video, I'm going to give you 3 numbers. If you have questions and you need to get a copy of your credit report, you can go to Equifax. There's an automated service, but I'm going to give you the number. This Equifax number is 1-800-349-9960. You can call Equifax. It's an automated service. Now, if you want a copy of your credit report, they're gonna have you send them. You got to show proof of who you are. If you have a driver's license, you send a copy of your driver's license. If you have a state ID, which is a state issued, you need a copy of your Social Security card. And if you don't have a copy of your Social Security card, that's fine. You can still get a copy of your credit report. So if you don't have a Social Security card, that's fine, but make sure you know your number. But then you also gotta have a piece of mail, like a light bill, gas bill, a piece of mail that's put you at your address. And there might be a few other things that you may need, but you can also reach out and listen to an automated system and exactly find out what you need to get a copy of your credit report. But Experian number is 1-888-397-3742. That's 1-888-397-3742. And lastly, TransUnion number is 1-800-916-8800. Get a free copy of your credit report. It's free once a year. Now, knowing when you get it free once a year, know this, it's not going to have your credit score on it. So it is 3 credit bureaus out there: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. But get a copy of your free credit report today. That's very important. Understand your credit report. Know your credit report before you go in. And if your credit is bad, I understand, right? Because I've been doing this for almost 27 years, and you just need to understand. You got bruised credit and you got issues. You got bad credit. It's okay. You can still get a car, but you need to understand and know what your credit report looks like before you walk into the dealership. That's important. The second thing I want to talk about is choosing the right lender. If you come to the dealership, it's the finance manager's job to actually choose the lender. You want to be smart. If you can get pre-approved if you go to the dealership, that helps. And if you can't, because you have bruised credit, you have bad credit, and you can't get pre-approved before you come, which means that you can't go to the bank, the regular financial institution, which is the bank, Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, PNC, one of the big time banks, to get a loan from them. You come to the dealership, then we will find a lender for, and this is really toward everybody that has bad credit. I named the financial institutions cater to people that got good credit. Anyway, choosing the right lender is up to us. But let me just tell you why sometimes when you come to the dealership, we choose credit unions, or I'm a big believer on credit unions, because credit unions are for the people, by the people, and they do more for you. I have a young lady that I have known for years. Now she has a job at one of the local credit unions in town, and we're going to be doing business together, but she gets customers approved for maybe a $12,000 car, $15,000 car, for vehicles, maybe for vehicles, for car deals, or for a car normally they wouldn't get approved for. So credit unions have that certain niche because they cater to people that got good credit, but they cater to the people that got bad credit too, or boost credit. They do both. And with that relationship that I have with her, she's going to be sending me business for customers that are looking for a car in that certain range. They're already going to be pre-approved. If you don't have a relationship with a credit union and you got bad credit, my advice I want to give you right now is go join a credit union. You may be ready for that car right now. Credit union could be, you can't get approved right now through the credit. You come to the dealership. You can always go to the credit union and refinance. If you didn't get anything out of this video, take yourself over to the credit union and join a credit union. That's very important. And I told you why a credit union. The next thing is negotiating despite you having bad credit. And now this is important to negotiate even if you have bad credit. Now, you may put an application in at a dealership and you go in and you meet with that representative, that salesperson, and they tell you, I got you approved for this. They show you what they got you approved for. They tell you, I got you approved up to $18,000, $19,000. Or they start showing you cars. Now, what you want to do is the smart thing, that what you want to do is you want to say, you think I qualify for a new car, or I want you to see if you can get me approved for a new car. Because if they're selling you a $19,000 car or a $22,000 car, maybe you might get approved for that new car. I work at a Chevy store. We have a Chevy, Buick, GMC, and a Ford store. But the cheapest, the lowest vehicle that we have on the Chevy is the Chevy Trax, and that starts about $22,000, $23,000, $24,000. Between 22 and 24. So if it's 24,000, it might be 23 and some change. And it being that, if you have GM discount, General Motors discount, because we're a GM town, you'll be less than that. You 24, you'll be 23 and some change, right? Even if you don't have GM discount, so don't have no fear. There might be incentivized rates with our manufacturer, which is our manufacturer is GM Financial or LI. That's who we do our leases through. That's who we do our purchases through. And we have other financial institutions we use. So just because you're approved for a used car doesn't mean you might not be approved for that new car. You may have a 18% interest rate, and maybe your payment is, let's just say, $600 a month on a $22,000 car. I'm just throwing some numbers out there. If they switch you to a new car, whether you have GM discount or not, and they have the incentivized rate might be 13%. Might be 12%. So you see how you can get a new car for the same price, or be it around the same payment or a little bit less on a new car versus used car because of the interest rate, because of the incentivized rate. Now, incentivized rates are for individuals, right? That particular brand, Chevy, they're looking to get customers in that car that normally wouldn't qualify for that particular rate. So those are incentivized rates. Dealerships offer those, banks offer those, so you want to just ask questions. Don't just accept. So incentivized rates, just because you got approved for a used car doesn't mean you're not going to get it. You can't get a new car. So ask that question. Think I can get approved for a new car? And if they say no, ask them to try it anyway. Try it anyway. You don't want to accept no for an answer. So that's how you can save big too. Why not get a car with 0 miles on it versus getting a used car, 20 to 30 or 40 to 50,000 miles on it? Why? And you get a new car. So if you don't ask, you don't know. You might get an analyst at the bank, and they just want to buy you based on, maybe you need to be the last car deal that they do approve that day, or maybe they're trying to get a quota. So it's very important to ask, because if you don't ask, you're not going to receive. We're just going to put you in what we want to put you into, because that's what we do. We sell cars, we put you in vehicles, but you always got to say, what about this? What about that? What if I put this much money down? What if I do this? What if I do that? So it's all about asking those particular questions. So next thing I want to talk about is beware of a high interest rate. Ask about the incentivized rates. Higher interest rates, is there any other interest rate I may qualify for? Is there anything else? So I gave you some tips today on things that you can ask when you go to the dealership. And I'm sharing this information because, why? It's because I always want you to be able to save. Just doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can what? You can actually ask all the questions that you want to ask. But if you don't know what to say, you're not gonna get it. You're gonna be in the same situation you was in last time. So ask a lot of questions. And you know what? Can I get that new car versus getting that used car? Ask questions. If they say no, I still want you to try because I got this much money down. Change the scenario. Change the situation. Change scenario, change situation. 26 years, almost 27 in this business. You need to listen. All right.